Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to compare PayPal to Block and answer which one is the better stock to buy today. First, I'm going to compare the two latest earnings report. Then I'm going to look at valuation and revenue and cash flow and profitability to answer which one is the better stock to buy. So let's get right into it, starting with PayPal's second quarter earnings results, which saw revenue jump by 7% to 7.3 billion and adjusted earnings per share increased by 24%. However, there was some trouble in PayPal's latest results. Transaction margin fell to 45.9% from 48.7%. Also, 431 million active accounts. That was up by 2 million year over year, but that's two consecutive quarterly declines, falling from 435 million to 433 million and finally to 431 million. So even though PayPal's revenue and earnings jumped, there was signs of trouble in its latest quarterly earnings report. Thankfully, the company did find a new CEO and hired the new CEO, which should remove uncertainty away from the investment. Now, let's look at Block. In its latest quarter, revenue increased to 5.5 billion. That was up from 4.4 billion in the second quarter. The net loss improved to 122 million from 208 million the year before. For Block, the more important metric is gross profit, which increased by 27% to 1.87 billion, and cash flow from operations almost quadrupled to 407 million. So overall, Block had an excellent quarter in its second quarter of 2023. But let's look at longer term. If we back out until 2019, let's look at revenue. And in this chart, we can see that PayPal and Block have both done a good job of growing revenue, but Block has done a better job in terms of its rate of growth. Of course, it experienced a boom during 2021. Of course, Block benefits more so than PayPal on the purchases of cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, and that can partly explain that big jump there and then decline as cryptocurrencies have lost popularity ever since economies started reopening. Still, both companies, nice revenue growth. The other thing I wanted to compare these two on is the operating profit margin. And in this metric, you can see PayPal's clear and distinct advantage. Operating profit margin over the last 5 years, PayPal has been significantly better, even in the most recent update at 16.68% compared to negative 1.58% for Block. Also, I wanted to look at cash flow from operations to sales. This takes out some non-cash expenses like stock-based compensation and depreciation. And again, according to this metric, PayPal showing a distinct advantage at 15.11% compared to 2.38%. Although PayPal has a downward trend going, which is always a risk and a concern. With Block, you're not seeing a downward trend, but you're also not seeing an upward trend, which is a little bit troubling considering the rate of growth that Block is demonstrating and the losses on the bottom line. You would like to see some improvement in that metric longer term, going back, demonstrating some economies in scale. Finally, I wanted to compare these two on valuation, and I chose to use the forward price to earnings. And according to this metric, Block is more than twice as expensive as PayPal, trading at a forward PE of 24.25 compared to PayPal at a forward PE of 10.65. So if I had to pick one of these two stocks to buy today, I would buy PayPal stock. PayPal would be my choice between these two stocks to buy today. And if you've been following my channel, I've done this video every few months or so, updating the recommendation as new information comes out. And I've consistently chosen PayPal. It's been about 6 months now that I've been choosing PayPal over Block. And it's partly because the valuation difference is so significant, and it's been that way. PayPal has been trading at an inexpensive valuation for several months now, and there's a lot of reasons for that, which I've discussed partly in this video and in some of my other PayPal videos. But in my opinion, I feel like the discount is favorable, and I would choose PayPal over the more than twice the valuation of Block, even though Block is growing revenue, cash flow, and profitability better than PayPal. If it continues at that pace and the valuation stays the same, I wouldn't be surprised if Block becomes my preferred choice. But that would take another few quarters of this kind of excellent performance from Block, which I'm not sure it can sustain. Nevertheless, I have both of these stocks rated as a buy, but if I had to pick one of them, I would pick PayPal over Block. All right, but that's all I've got for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I want to thank the Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. Visit fool.com/Parkev for the 10 best stocks to buy now.